Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Have you been to a doctor's appointment lately? From my experience, they expect you to be there on time. In fact, some doctors won't take you if you're too late, and they charge you for wasting their time. And then you have to reschedule, and they might not have another appointment available for another month or more. So you'd better be on time, right? In John 4, Jesus had a divine appointment. He and his disciples left Judea and walked all morning to get to an appointment in a specific place to meet a specific person who would be there at a specific time. This was not a place the disciples would ever have thought to go. Other Jews would have gone far around the place because it was in Samaria. I could do a whole podcast on why Jews and Samaritans hated each other, but I'll save that for another time. Suffice it to say that the Jews wouldn't be caught dead in Samaria and would walk 5 days around it rather than go through it. Hatred on both sides left a huge chunk of animosity smack dab between Galilee and Judea. But John 4:4 says Jesus needed to go through Samaria on his way to Galilee from Judea. Why would it be necessary? Well, we can go back to the previous chapter. Remember John 3:16? Say it with me. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Did you hear that one word? Whosoever? Well, Jesus was about to teach his disciples what that word meant. One woman's heart was ready to hear the gospel, and she was a whosoever that they would never expect. A Samaritan, a woman. And not only that, she'd been divorced 5 times, and she was an adulteress living with a man that was not her husband. An outcast of outcasts. Not someone that the disciples or any other self-respecting Jew would look at a second time, let alone think that she would want to hear about the Jewish Messiah. But Jesus had an appointment with her at noon at Jacob's Well near Sychar. She probably came in the heat of the day instead of early morning or late afternoon, when it was cooler, to avoid the other women who didn't accept her. But Jesus needed to be there in time to send his disciples into town for food so that he could have a one-on-one discussion with her. And he timed it perfectly so that the disciples would come back just as the woman realized who she was talking to and ran back to town to tell everyone. God's timing is always perfect. Of course, it's not always the way we would like it, but it's always the way he planned it. I have plenty of God stories about his perfect timing, and I'm sure you do too. Although this was an unexpected place, and Jesus spoke with an unexpected person, the disciples got to experience unexpected fruits. Practically the whole city of Sychar came to know and believe in Jesus just because he shared with that one woman. We never know what sharing the gospel with one person the Lord puts in our path will do. What if we knew that sharing with that one unlikely person would mean 100 other people would come to know Christ through that one person? Well, we may never know until we get to heaven. But does it really matter? Even if that one is the only one, it's still worth it. And even if that one doesn't accept the Lord, a seed has been planted that may sprout and grow later. Is there someone in your life who is a very unlikely recipient of God's grace? When will you share with that person? And as you go about your day today, treat every encounter as a divine appointment.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through his word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.